Dear students, today I am going to discuss with you all about the tea and coffee, okay, which are one of the major commercial crops grown in our country. This topic is from chapter number 4, Agriculture. In our previous class, we have discussed about the different types of cropping patterns, okay, different types of farming. We have discussed about the major food crops which are being grown in our country, such as rice and wheat, the areas where they are cultivated, and the geographical conditions. We have also discussed about the food crops other than the grains, such as different types of different types of oil seeds, the horticultural crops, and sugarcane. So today we are going to focus on tea and coffee as a major commercial crop which is being grown in our country. So what we are going to discuss here is the geographical conditions required for the cultivation of tea and coffee and the areas where they are mainly being cultivated. So when I was explaining you all about the major types of farming, I hope you all remember I said you that different types of farming basically include primitive subsistence farming, intensive subsistence farming, and the commercial farming. And within commercial farming, okay, plantation farming is there. So this tea and coffee are the examples of plantation crop. These are the examples of plantation farming actually, because these crops are mainly being grown on a very large area, okay, for many years, and mainly for industrial, or you can say mainly for selling it in the market for commercial purpose actually. Okay. So India is one of the leading producer of tea and coffee, and it is very much important to discuss about this tea and coffee cultivation. So tea, and I hope you all remember that this kind of plantation farming was introduced in our country India by the Britishers. When the Britishers they came to our country, they started ruling our country. At that time, they started this tea and coffee cultivation. Okay, it's a kind of plantation farming. So let us start with tea. Tea cultivation is an example of plantation agriculture. As I said you now, okay, it is a type of plantation agriculture. Okay, it is a plantation crop. And it is an important beverage crop which was introduced initially by the Britishers. The tea is an important beverage crop. Beverage crops means the crops, okay, like the fruit which we use as a beverage, as a drink actually. So tea and coffee is a kind of drink actually, isn't it? So they are known as the beverage crop. So it is also an important beverage crop which is introduced in our country India by the Britishers. Okay. This tea and coffee are not the indigenous crop actually. Okay, the tea and the coffee plants, they does not belong originally to our country, but they have been introduced by the Britishers from other countries. And initially when this tea cultivation was introduced in our country by the Britishers, most of the tea plantations, most of the tea gardens, they were owned by the Britishers. Okay, they were owned by the Britishers, but after independence, okay, the ownership of these tea gardens, it went into the hand of the Indians. Now the tea gardens which exist in our country, okay, they are mainly being owned by the Indian people, by the indigenous peoples and all. See, so today most of the tea plantations are owned by the Indians. Okay, and we all know that this tea plantation, okay, is mainly being done in Assam, okay, in North Bengal, okay, and in some of the southern states. The geographical conditions which are favorable for the cultivation of tea are the tea plant, it grows well in the tropical and the subtropical climate. Okay, tea plants can grow well in the tropical and the subtropical climatic conditions. So like our country India, okay, it lies both in the tropical and the subtropical region. Basically the southern part of our country, okay, it is in the tropical area, and the northern part it is in the subtropical region. So because of India's location, okay, in the tropical and the subtropical region, tea cultivation has become has flourished in our country. Okay, and it requires deep and fertile, well drained soil. The soil should be deep and fertile with proper drainage facilities. Okay, means water logging should not be there. So this is why you will notice that most of the tea gardens, okay, are they are there. Okay, they have been planted. The tea gardens are there in the upland areas. Okay, in the high areas and all. Okay, because so that whenever rainfall takes place, okay, the water does not gets locked and it flows away easily. Okay, so endowed with deep and fertile, well-drained soil, the soil should be well-drained. Waterlogging should not be there, and the soil should be rich in humus and the organic matter. Okay, and the soil should be rich in humus and organic matter. Okay, so these are the main geographical conditions required for the cultivation of tea. So it grows well in the tropical and the subtropical climate. Okay, where the soil should be deep and fertile, and it must be rich in organic and humus. Okay. The tea bushes, they require warm and moist-free climate all throughout the year. And the tea plants, they basically require warm climate conditions. Okay, not high temperature as well as not too cold also. Okay, they grow well in the warm temperature conditions with moist climate, free from frost. Okay, throughout the year. And they also require water supply. Okay, throughout the year. So this is why, okay, like basically during the dry season, okay, basically during the dry season, water is being supplied, okay, to these tea gardens through the help of sprinkle irrigation. Okay, like I think you all have also noticed in and around our school that during the dry season, during the summer season actually, okay, like in the tea gardens, through the help of that sprinkles, okay, water is being supplied to these tea gardens and all. Okay, as because they require water supply throughout the year. Okay, so frequent showers distributed evenly, okay, frequent showers evenly distributed over the years ensure continuous growth of the tender leaves. Okay, and because of continuous water supply, okay, the fine quality leaves can grow. Okay, and these fine quality leaves are being plucked, okay, and they are being sent to the industries to process it actually. So tea cultivation, farming, okay, or the tea plantation, it is a kind of labor intensive farming. Okay, it is a kind of labor intensive farming because it requires many numbers of laborers. And I think you all have seen that in the tea gardens, okay, that many number of people, they work in the tea gardens to pluck the leaves. Okay, there are some people are there who are engaged in maintaining the gardens and all. Okay, and even the people are there who are working in these industries, in the tea industries and all. Okay, so it requires abundant cheap and skilled labor supply. It requires abundant number of cheap and skilled labor, and the tea is processed within the tea gardens to restore its freshness. Okay, and in most of the tea gardens, okay, in most of the tea gardens you will find that the tea industries are located just near to the gardens only, okay, or within the garden only. Why? Because the tea leaves, okay, after plucking the tea leaves, okay, it cannot be kept for a longer duration of time. It has to be sent to the industries in a short period of time, and in the industries the processing goes on and the tea powders are being manufactured. In our country, the tea plantation is mainly favorable. Okay, tea plantation is mainly being carried out in the state of Assam. Assam is the leading producer of tea in our country. Okay, means of all the areas where tea cultivation is mainly being done, Assam is the leading producer of tea. Assam produces the largest quantity of tea in our country. Even tea cultivation is also done in the hills of the Darjeeling and the Jalpaiguri district of West Bengal. So basically in North Bengal, okay, in the Darjeeling region, you can see this Darjeeling region, the Tarai and the Duars region. Okay, in this Darjeeling and the Jalpaiguri district of West Bengal also tea plantation is being carried out. Okay, and the most important thing which you should know is that the best quality tea, okay, the best quality tea is produced in the hills of Darjeeling. The Darjeeling hills is well known for the best quality tea produced in the world. Okay, so Assam is the largest producer of tea in our country, and the best variety of tea is being produced in the hills of Darjeeling. Okay, in the Darjeeling hills of West Bengal. Apart from this, tea cultivation is also carried out, okay, in some of the areas of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, in the southern states of Tamil Nadu and Kerala also, nowadays tea cultivation has started. Apart from this, some small tea gardens can be found in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, some parts of Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh, as well as in Tripura also. Okay, like recently tea cultivation has started. Okay, so these are the areas, okay, these are the areas where tea cultivation is mainly being done in our country. Okay, so tea is a kind of plantation agriculture, okay, which is grown on a very large plot of land for many years, and it is a kind of labor intensive farming because it requires many number of laborers. See, the next, after tea, the another important beverage crop which is being grown in our country is the coffee. The coffee is another important beverage crop which is grown in our country, and similarly, like the tea plantation was introduced by the Britishers, the coffee plantation was also introduced in our country by the foreigners actually. Okay, see. Coffee is a tropical plantation crop and its seeds are roasted, ground and are used for preparing a beverage. Okay, so coffee is a tropical plantation crop. It grows well in the tropical areas. Okay, and this is the reason that coffee cultivation is flourished only in the southern part of our country. Okay, only in the southern states of our country, coffee cultivation is mainly being done. Okay, in coffee plantation, like in case of tea plantation, the tea leaves are used. Okay, but in case of coffee plantation, okay, for making coffee, the coffee seeds are mainly used actually. Okay, the coffee seeds are being collected, they are being roasted and they are being grounded to make the coffee powder. Okay, and later on it is used as a beverage. In our country, we grow 3 varieties of coffee. Okay, 3 different varieties of coffee are being cultivated in our country, that is the Arabica, the Robusta and the Liberica. Okay, these are the 3 varieties of coffee which is being cultivated in our country, and Arabica is the best variety of coffee. Okay, Arabica is the best variety of coffee which is grown in our country. Our country India mostly grows the superior quality coffee. Okay, our country India is one of the leading producer of the best variety of coffee, that is the Arabica. Okay, the Arabica variety of coffee is being cultivated in our country, which has a very high demand. Okay, which is of great demand in the international market. Okay, so the coffee which is being cultivated in our country, okay, it helps in meeting the local demand, the national demand, as well as we also supply coffee to different other countries of the world. Okay. So this coffee plantation is mainly cultivated, okay, in this 3 southern states, that is the Nilgiri Hills of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. But recently, okay, on trial basis, this coffee plantation has also started in some of the northern states, basically some of the states of the hilly regions. Okay, this coffee plantation has started. So these are the 2 main beverage crops which are being grown in our country. Okay, they are the beverage crops as well as they are the plantation crops which are mainly being grown in our country. Okay, so you may be getting some questions from this topic that give an example of a beverage crop. So the example will be either tea or coffee. Okay, or what type of crop is coffee? Okay, coffee is a kind of plantation crop. Which variety of coffee is mainly cultivated in our country? The Arabica variety of coffee is mainly cultivated in our country. Okay, and from where this Arabica variety of coffee was introduced in our country? It was introduced from Yemen. Okay, Yemen is the name of a country from where the Arabica variety of coffee was brought and plantation was started in our country, India. Okay. So this is what about the 2 major plantation crops which are mainly being grown in our country. And one more thing you should know is that these 2 crops, okay, are also known as the means the industries actually. Okay, the coffee industry and the tea industry, okay, they are also known as the agro-based industry. Okay, why? Because this coffee and tea, they are the actually agricultural products, and their products, okay, are sent to the industries for processing. Okay, so this coffee and tea industries are also known as the agro-based industries, as because they are dependent on this agricultural products actually. Okay, so this is what about tea and coffee, the geographical conditions required for their growth, as well as the areas where they are mainly being cultivated. Okay, in our country India, okay, this variety is in great demand all over the world. That is the Arabica variety of coffee is in great demand throughout the world. Okay, and in our country India, coffee plantation was initially started. It was first started, okay, on the Baba Budan Hills. Initially, its cultivation was introduced on the Baba Budan Hills, and even today, its cultivation is confined to the Nilgiris in Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so in our country, the place where first coffee cultivation was started is the Baba Budan Hill. So you may be getting a short question from here once again. Okay, like where in India the first coffee plantation was started? So the Baba Budan Hills, okay, in southern India is the first area where coffee cultivation was started. And this coffee cultivation is mainly practiced in the southern states of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so just go through this topic properly. Okay, there are a lot of short questions which may come from this topic. Okay, so read it. There are many probable MCQs, okay, which can be said from these two topics actually.